CBS Radio brings you The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Ethel Bunce.
Joan, can I give you a ride home?
Oh, no, thanks. I've got my car.
Oh, I think it was a very successful club meeting this afternoon, don't you?
I do.
I think we accomplished a lot. And congratulations on being elected chairman of the Better Street Lighting Committee.
Well, thank you. But I don't know what Carl's going to say.
I should think he'd be proud of you. My goodness.
Listen, he's already beginning to get annoyed that I'm traipsing off to all these women's club meetings all the time. And now that I'll be having committee meetings on top of it. Oh,
I know.
He says he wants his wife home, that he's getting to be nothing but a babysitter.
Oh, I know. I hear that, too, and it amuses me. All these years, the men have said, why don't you take more of an interest in what goes on around you?
Oh, isn't it true?
And then when we finally take an interest in politics and civic affairs, then they get annoyed.
I know. Well, the fact remains, though, that here I'm supposed to hold a special committee meeting tonight, and it's Carl's bowling night.
Oh, dear.
And I have no one to leave the children with. Heaven knows we can't afford to hire babysitters constantly.
No, I know. It really is a problem, and I think we'd better take it up at a general meeting.
Oh.
I really do. I think we should help each other out. For example, tonight. Now, why don't you leave your children at my house?
Oh, that's a terrible imposition.
Oh, it isn't at all, Joe. Now, listen, we women have got to stick together and help each other out. I still have our bassinet. I can put your baby right in Bobby's room. And what's the boy's name?
Jerry.
Jerry, well, he can sleep in our guest room. In fact, why don't we pick your children up right now? And Jerry can go ice skating with Betsy after school, sort of get acquainted. And
listen, you don't know Jerry. He's sort of a handful.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, you don't know what you're getting into, honest.
Listen, I'd love to have him, and so will Betsy. After all, Jerry's about 10, isn't he?
Yes, that's right.
Betsy loves older men.
Oh, that's cute.
Now, come on, it's a marvelous solution, Joan.
Well, all right, but please, now don't forget. You asked for it.
Oh, stop working.
Oh, boy, it's really getting cold out.
Hi, Daddy.
Well, hi, Betsy, honey. Well, who's this?
This is Jerry Schmidt, Daddy. This is my daddy.
Well, hello, Jerry.
Hi.
Gee, we're having fun, Daddy. We're playing caveman.
Oh, does your mother know you've got all the furniture turned upside down? Where is your mother?
Mommy's in the kitchen. Jerry said he wanted to play caveman. And she said, go ahead, play anything, but get out of the kitchen.
Uh-huh, I see. Well,
Let's make a bigger cave.
Honey!
Why don't we move this chair over on this side?
Thank you, dear. Oh, look out. Don't come out here until I get it all swept up.
Boy, it's snowing outside. I didn't know it was snowing inside, too.
Well, it's just a little popcorn. Jerry and Betsy went ice skating, then they wanted to pop corn, so I got the popper out, and they wanted to watch it pop, so they left the cover off most of the time.
Well, you're certainly cheerful, considering the mess.
Oh, well, it's not too bad. Anyhow, boys will be boys, and Jerry's a very bright boy. He's full of ideas.
Yeah, I can see that. Whose boy is he, anyhow?
Carl and Joan Schmitz. Joan was elected chairman of the Better Street Lighting Committee in our women's club today. Wonderful. It's her husband's bowling night tonight, so I said I'd take the children. There's a baby, too.
Look, haven't you got your hands full with two of our own?
Look, we women can't run our homes and take care of our children and also take an active interest in politics and civic affairs, darling, unless we help each other out.
Have you seen the living room? It looks as though a cyclone had struck it. Chairs all turned over, even the sofa. They're playing caveman.
Well, they're not doing any damage. And Betsy's having fun. I think it does her good to play with a boy who's a little bit older than she is. She's always having to play dolls with her girlfriend, so this is a little different.
All right. But the one thing we've always said was that the living room was not to be used as a playroom.
Oh, look, dear, they're not hurting anything. Besides, I don't want Jerry to go back home and tell his mother I'm an old crosspatch. If we women are going to take turns babysitting with each other's children, We have to make sure the children are happy, you know. If we women are going to accomplish anything in civic affairs,
Yeah, well,
we've
frankly,
got to...
I'm beginning to get a little fed up with all this interest you're taking in civic affairs.
You're the one who has always said, why don't I take an interest?
Yeah,
Yes.
I know, but I'm beginning to suspect that not only my living room, but also my daily life is going to be turned upside down.
Oh, darling, now, stop worrying about it. Why, listen, I'll tell you what. Why don't you go on in your den and you read the evening paper while I get dinner, huh?
Yeah, well, I just hope that was not my evening paper that was spread out over the caves in the living room, that's all, with holes cut out for windows.
Oh, dear. Betsy? Jerry? Now, remember, dear, you were once a boy yourself, and be nice to Jerry. Remember, he's a guest. Look, if you're going to pace back and forth in the kitchen, grab a dish towel and wipe a few dishes, would you, huh?
No, but I just mean, I do not see, I just do not see how one little boy can eat 4 pork chops.
Well, if you had come to the table, darling, when I called you.
I was waiting for you, but you were racing around feeding Bobby and getting him to bed and feeding their baby and getting him to bed. And...
Look, I gave you the pork chop that was left, and I wasn't hungry anyhow.
Look, it isn't that so much. I just don't see where one kid can put 4 pork chops.
When you were that age, your mother said you ate everything in sight.
Yeah, well, gives us an idea of what life is going to be like when our Bobby gets a little older, huh?
Yes.
Boy, 4 pork chops.
I know. Well, now you'll have to admit Jerry Schmidt is a nice boy, dear.
Yeah, he
is. You know.
He seems to be.
He is, really.
Also seems very quiet around here. What are they doing now? Think we ought to go investigate?
Well, I was just upstairs. They're in Betsy's room. Jerry brought over a model airplane or something. He's showing Betsy how to put it together. Oh, listen. It's so funny. I heard Betsy say, when you build your spaceship, Jerry, and go to the moon, can I go with you? Isn't that cute?
Yeah, probably more truth than fiction to it, too. These kids nowadays are getting so scientifically minded. You know, they are bright as whips.
I know they
are.
What is it, Betsy?
Come on! All right, now quiet, everybody.
Well, when you look at this bathroom, all over the walls, the ceiling. Oh, Betsy, your new shower curtains and the window curtains.
What's all that black stuff splattered all over the place? What in Sam Hill were you 2 kids doing?
It was Jerry's idea.
You were painting them, too.
Painting? You mean all these thousands of black spots are paint?
Painting what?
Balloons.
Balloons?
Balloons?
What do you mean you were painting balloons?
It was Jerry's idea.
Look, now, never mind putting all the blame on Jerry. You apparently were doing it, too. Just what were you doing?
We were painting faces on the balloons. Betsy had lots of balloons, so we blew them up and painted faces on them, like this one and this one. These 2 didn't explode.
Let me see what you painted on. What do you mean explode? Oh, really?
Oh, Mommy, look at your face. You look like you had black measles.
Darling, you do, really. Well, look at your face, honey.
Give me that towel.
Well, look.
I just don't happen to think it's funny. I just don't. Look at this bathroom. Paint all over the walls and the shower curtains and the window. Give me that sponge from under the sink.
All right, now, honey. You said yourself, boys will be boys and children will be children. Although I think both you kids better get some sponges and help clean this place up. Don't you, Mommy?
Well, I haven't time to tell you what I think, and I will deal with you later, young lady, and you too, young man.
Honey, remember, Jerry is a guest.
What kind of paint did you use on the balloons? Some of these spots wash off and some don't. Look.
Betsy used her watercolor paint, but I used the black paint that comes with my model airplane and my model speedboat.
You mean that's plastic paint?
Oh, look at this mess in it.
Plastic paint on the... You were using...
I don't know, but it's real great. It doesn't come off when I put my boat in the water.
Give me that sponge.
Just look at this. I just told you some spots come right off and others don't,
look,
dear.
Didn't we put plastic tile in here in Betsy's bathroom?
Yes, you decided it was cheaper. Why are you all excited now? What makes me mad are the new curtains I just bought.
Look, never mind the curtains. Will you start scrubbing the walls? Get some more sponges. Hurry up. If that's plastic paint and this is plastic tile, the paint will eat right into the tile if we don't get it off before it dries. It seems to me, young man,
Don't
that when you...
touch him. He's not ours.
Well, I don't care whether he's ours or not.
Don't you touch me. You let me go. You're not my father. You're not my father.
Leave him alone, dear. I thought you said we had to scrub the paint off before it dries.
All right. I will deal with you later, young man. And you too, young lady. Now, look, get this other balloon out of here before that pops and gets more... Stop!
Oh, dear.
Oh, look, my good suit all over my good... Look, you
Don't
little...
touch him. Don't touch him, dear. He's not ours.
I don't care.
Well, I brought up the stepladder. Think you ought to start on the ceiling?
I haven't finished this wall.
Well, we can't leave the ceiling until last. That's the one thing that certainly shows.
Well, doesn't this wall show? Oh, look, what time is it?
1:30.
Well, look, don't yell at me. I've done just as much scrubbing as you have. Oh, boy, I am beat, I tell you.
My arm aches, my shoulder and my back.
I know.
And my neck.
Well, me too, but keep at it. We'll have to keep at it, or we'll have to retile the whole bathroom.
How did you know plastic paint ate into plastic tile?
I didn't. But when you said it didn't wash off, I knew the black spots would be here forever if we didn't get them off at once.
Think you missed some there under the sink?
No,
down there
I
by
didn't
the
miss
pipes.
them. I know. I saw it. I left them for the moment. I'm trying to get off the ones that show. You know we're going to be up all night, don't you?
Well, if we are, don't mention it at the breakfast table. I don't want Joan to think that having Jerry overnight was any trouble at all, you know.
Any trouble?
Yes, in fact, I want you to be sort of nice to Jerry in the morning. I don't want you to yell at him the way you did tonight. In fact, I think it would be kind of nice, dear, if you apologized to him just a little bit, you know.
Apologize?
Look, if we women are going to be having a lot of committee meetings, which we will, a lot more... There will be other occasions when Jerry comes over here so Joan can get off to her meetings.
But you mean we may have this kid over here again?
Well, now, you admitted he was a nice boy, dear. He's a bright boy.
Yeah, he is. He's a bright boy. And if he's going to build a spaceship and take off for the moon, I wish he'd do it now.
Betsy likes him. You know, you never can tell. He may be your future son-in-law.
Oh. Where's a razor blade?
What are you going to do?
Well, I am not going to cut my throat, or his. I'm going to start scraping this plastic paint off. Oh, golly.
Oh, isn't this a mess, really?
Mess
We're going to be up all night. It'd be funny if they did get married, wouldn't it? Be nice. I like Joan so much.
Look,
Carl's
Betsy
nice,
is 8 years old now. Will you stop planning the wedding and start scrubbing that ceiling? All I can say is Jerry's going to have trouble with his future father-in-law if he tries anything like this again.
You
Believe
missed the
me,
spot down there.
Some 3 million Americans suffer from kidney diseases. These comprise the 4th-ranking disease group in annual mortality tables. The National Kidney Disease Foundation is pushing the search for causes and cures. This month, neighbors may call asking your support. CBS Radio and its affiliated stations have ascertained that this foundation and its cause are worthy of your generosity. Ask for credentials and a receipt for what you give. Help today's victims and tomorrow's through research and child care programs set up by the National Kidney Disease Foundation. The Couple Next Door stars Peg Lynch and Ethel and Bunce.